First of all, I'm just thankful that I have a story. I was thinking about that just as he was just speaking this. I know some people don't have one. Think about that. So I'm just thankful that I have one. At 16 years of age, this was the summer of love, 1967. I was living with my father and stepmother. And one day I was there at the house by myself, and Pastor Jim Stallings, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him, but he came by. He was our pastor at the time at Grace Baptist Church. And no one had ever sat down and talked to me before. I had been going to Bible school and RAs and all this growing up, but nobody had really sat down and talked to me about the Lord. He did. We sat there at the couch, and then I could see it like it was yesterday. And he explained to me the road to salvation and all this. I said, yeah, I'm in. Of course, I was a believer before that, but I didn't really know a whole lot about this salvation thing. So that's when I accepted Christ, right there at my daddy's house. Then, so I was 16, then I was married in 71 to start. I was 21. And then after we started having kids, we started sending them. We had a bus that would come by in the neighborhood. And we'd send, well, and they're all here. I can't believe they're all here tonight. Praise the Lord. But we used to send them to church. They went to Sunday school, RAs, or not RAs, GAs, whatever it was. And me and Stark, we sat there watching TV, send the kids to church. We was doing good, I thought. Then my dad told me one time, he said, if you don't listen to anything I ever tell you, take your kids to church. Don't send them. Take them. And I said, that's about the only thing I ever listened to him. But I did that. I started doing that. We moved up here and built a house in 1989, closed. And as we was moving up here every day, they was building a house pretty quick. So we started off just coming up here once a week, and then it started going so quick, we started coming every day. And every time we come up Russellville Road, we see Russellville Baptist Church. You know where that's at. There's our church. We rededicated our life. We was going to move up to Monroe County and get involved in a church somewhere, and with the kids and everything, and we was going to do right. Well, the first person we met, I think, was Miss Emmy Adams at Feed and Seed Store in Forsyth. And she asked us if we was going to church somewhere. I said, no, but we're going to. She said, why don't you come here to my church? I said, where is your church? She said, right down the road from you. Sharon Primitive Baptist Church. I said, okay, sounds good. So we went down there, loved it. I mean, but the place was about to close down. When we got there, you could smell the mildew in the church. But as we came and brought these kids, and other friends had kids, and we had a lot of kids, and I was teaching the PBYF, which is Primitive Baptist Youth Fellowship, and Sunday school, and that's where I learned most of what I know is by teaching the kids at Sunday school. I just loved that. And so when we started going there, somehow everybody knew that I could sing and play the guitar before I ever walked in that church. I don't know how. Nobody up here knew us. Small community. And we went there, and Mr. Dean Darden was the song leader. Boy could not sing.
Come on, now,
He'll tell you he can't sing. And they wanted me to lead the singing. I said, no, I have never sang in church. Never. Not even sitting out in the pews, I didn't sing. It was just did what I did. And he wanted me to lead the singing in church. I said, I don't know if I can do that. So, things rocked along. And after a while, Lord started nudging at me, saying, you should be up there, not him. So it was a little while. After a while, I asked him, I said, Dean, if you want me to take your place, I'll do it. He said, thank the Lord. So from then on, I was the music director at Sharon Primitive Baptist Church. Within 2 years of that, Corey was playing the piano at the church. 12 years old. We had a ball. Did we? And in 1992, I was asked to become a deacon for that church. I never felt worthy of that title, but I was ordained a deacon on my birthday, May 21st, 1992. Now, I've always took my music ability, my talent for granted, because I've done it since I was 5 years old. I've been singing and started playing the guitar about 10. So I've done this all my life. It's just like breathing. I've always just took it for granted. But after doing this, my music changed. I started singing gospel music, started singing Christian music, started learning the gospel songs. I think when I started leading the singing, my repertoire was I Saw the Light by Hank Williams. That was about all the gospel songs I knew. Maybe Amazing Grace. I might know some of that one, but I got lost here. So, after I started doing that, eventually we put a family band together. I mean, I had been singing, I would sing solo at churches would ask me to come sing for them, and I try not to turn anybody down. And so after a while, we got this idea of putting a family band together. Oh, I was in hog heaven. We went around, played at several churches. Had a ball. But my writing changed about that. I started writing gospel music. I started learning gospel music and recording CDs with gospel music. And everything changed. And I realized that God had given me this talent to use for His glory. I finally realized that. And I said, this is what I need to do with it, and that's what I try to do.